This is not about Elgeyo Marakwet. This is about Nairobi. When your governor is here, you will take over
we
the
also
committee.
live here. We also live in Nairobi.
She's not from
What
So
we are
you are
saying
not
is,
answerable to the
She's not from
committee.
Elgeyo Marakwet.
Who do you answer?
We are here to get the facts, and the facts will set us free.
I know for a fact Kamar doesn't bank with Sidian.
I
I know you
don't.
don't bank with
I
Sidian.
don't.
You can't
But
put
what
public
I'm
money
saying
in
is,
places where you can't put your own private
why are
money.
we insisting on number 5? We still have questions that have not been answered.
Are you sure that if we were to consider what other commercial banks are offering, that Sidian would actually be offering this purely on a business basis and not because of the connections of the owners? That's really the point. And I'm not accusatory. I'm just trying to ask if the evidence...
Can I answer?
Yes.
Okay. They have given us the best deal, and it's an administrative decision.
3 billion Kenya shillings annually. And then, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair, if you look at the asset base of Nairobi and compare it to the asset base of Sidian Bank, which is only at less than 70 billion shillings, Governor, we want an explanation as to the thinking in your government, why you would move from a bank with history like KCB or Cooperative Bank and take this money to Sidian Bank, because you will become the largest single depositor in this bank. From our, if the collections from the facility is correct, and you put it yourself at 1.3, if we are taking all our collections from these hospitals to Sidian, we will become the largest single depositor in Sidian. So we don't understand as the people of Nairobi, and I had written to you on the 12th. I have not gotten a response, but since you are here, I am sure you can give that response.
The issue of the banks, Chair, it's an administrative decision, really. You know, the law allows us to open bank accounts. We have accounts with many different banks as a county, not just cooperative or KCB or equity. We have, you know, different arrangements. The major issue that we had was on management, the cycle management of month-to-month expenses. And so, for instance, we get, because exchequer delays sometimes. When exchequer delays, you want the bank to pay for you in advance, at least salaries, so that they don't delay. And we've had huge issues with salary delays. The commission that we were being charged by Coop Bank, or by the banks we had, because now I don't want to go into brands, because, you know, it'll almost be a defamation or whatnot. But we have a better a commission of 0.5% after 60 days. We were paying a higher percentage after 30 days. It's an administrative decision we've made. It is within the law. We've not gone to an illegal institution. It is a bank that is, you know, regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya. We believe the money is safe. They have been willing to even advance 2 months salary. You remember last time we were here, you said the CHPs are saying when the delay from the national government money is done, we should advance them. The current arrangements we had, they were refusing to advance us beyond that, you know, and says that if you advance us beyond that, it becomes a loan, that we need to come back to National Assembly and get a national government guarantee. We disagreed with that on principle, you know. So deposits for hospitals, I'm just seeing what the CC has written, do not sit in a bank. They go in and out, you know. To be withdrawn and used as FIF. We have no processing fee for salaries at Sidian. That's what they have given us as a deal. So it's a better deal for the county. It is a better deal on all of those accounts, and it's an administrative decision, it's a legal decision that we stick by. In fact, not just hospitals. We are moving everything there. Not just the ones you saw, including revenue. Yeah, the revenue accounts will also move there. The collection accounts are going to move there. It is a Kenyan bank. It was KREP. And so we must be proud. The ones you're saying at level, at tier 1, at one point we're also at a lower level. Let's build our bank. So it's an administrative decision that we can stand by.
Through you, Chair, could I please ask a subsequent question to the Governor? Your Excellency, the reason why this question is relevant is because you've actually not answered it. What Sifuna said, we have about 34 commercial banks in Kenya. If I was to ask you today to give me a proposal, an offer which was given by Sidian Bank, Citibank, Kenya Commercial Bank, and all these other banks, And the reason for that is that Sidian Bank is known to be a bank owned by individuals who are Kenyans who owned it just recently. And all these individuals are actually in government. That your decision, Governor, just let me ask you, this is what Nairobians are talking about. No, let me ask you. Don't be defensive. Thank you. What I'm asking, it said that this bank is owned by some people in government, and the decision you took, the owners of Sidian. Okay. You want me to give you the C12? You see, he's telling me where watch.
No, produce the CR12.
Yeah, so let me ask my question. I don't know why all these guys are being defensive.
Order members, I think...
Members, let me ask my question.
Give him time.
This is the question. Are you sure that if you were to consider what other commercial banks are offering, that Sidian would actually be offering this purely on a business basis and not because of the connections of the owners? That's really the point. And I'm not accusatory. I'm just trying to ask if the evidence...
Can I answer?
Yes.
Okay. They have given us the best deal, and it's an administrative decision. We have looked at all these other banks. We invited them. We've looked at different commercial banks. Let me not name. No one is charging us no processing fee as a percentage. No one is giving us that rate. In fact, one of our entities did even go to the level of tendering. And the level of interest being offered is the best. So it's an administrative decision. And banks, of course, like any institution, can have owners. Yeah, Sidian has owners, KCB has shareholders, NCBA Bank has owners. I don't see people asking about it when counties open accounts there. All of these things have, have shareholders. But if there's a specific shareholder in government, please produce that evidence to us, Chair.
Chair, can I have a
Please.
supplementary question?
Please.
Mine is different.
But it is deviating from the concern of the people of Nairobi. Chair, when we have our governor here, allow the people of Nairobi to get answers before we get broad policy conversations about how many bank accounts a county needs. Let us finish with the question that is on the table. On why we have picked this small bank over the big banks.
Chair,
I personally would want to see that correspondence from these various entities that, in fact, we got a better deal from Sidian.
Okay, we'll give you
Governor,
that.
when you sit in that office, we know you have powers to make administrative decisions.
Yes.
But you have a responsibility to explain yourselves. We are not dumb people. We will understand. So let us just get a proper explanation.
Let him answer.
Chair, before he answers that question.
I'll give him the opportunity.
Chair,
So answer that question.
Chair, before he answers that question, please. You see, the governor talked about benefits. Let him tell us also the risk involved going to smaller banks.
Okay.
Yes.
You have
definitely.
we are already on time. But I'll give you 5 more minutes.
Chair, you know what Senator Sifuna is asking? Provide us with documents.
No, okay, I'm here. I understand you very well.
Yes.
We'll ask. I'll give that as a final thing.
Chair, first of all, that was
Proceed.
not a question in the committee, but we're happy to answer it because of transparency. It's a Kenyan institution. I don't think any bank should be discriminated against. The procedures were followed. The PFM talks about how accounts are opened by counties. That was followed. I don't think anyone has a greater right, or any institution has a greater right. There is no law that says bank with equity or with co-op or with cooperative. So long as we looked at the risk involved and the deal, a better deal to the county in terms of processing, salary etc., we're confident about that, and it's a decision that we've made. Chair, the number of banks that a county can open, you're the ones who have legislated on it. You have said, number one, for instance, for every health facility, open an account. So if you have 300 hospitals, you'll have 300 accounts. It is in the FIF law that you passed. You've said if I have 500 hospitals, there'll be 500 of those accounts. Every facility will require to have an account. But there are certain accounts that the PFM has specifically said that you must open at the central bank. So it provides which ones must be at the central bank. Your CRF, for instance, must be at the central bank. Certain donor projects, have their own regulations of where you bank, and they say we want you to bank with this type of a bank. For instance, RMLF, you must open an account at the central bank, and so it is all within the law. It is all within the law. So that's why I'm saying the Senate should be clear when colleagues, and I'm not one of those who've been vilified about the number of accounts, because you see it in the paper. that Governor X has opened 200, 300 bank accounts, and you assume they're his accounts, yet they're for facilities and you've passed it. You've said for every hospital, have its own account. You're the ones who said it. So you should also be able to explain. And I think the Auditor General and COB need to see eye to eye on that point. So Chair, I think that's what I've answered. If you need any more supplementary documentation, we're very happy to provide, because we've done everything above board and properly. And if it comes as a question through the Senate, we'll be able to provide all of those answers.
Yeah, Chair, the only reason we brought this issue up, as I told you, Governor, I had already written to your office. I have not gotten any response. And when we meet, I would want always to insist that our discussions are formal so that everybody can see the conversations that are going on. It is a concern. You move from a bank that has an asset base of 1.9 trillion, for instance, with customer deposits of 1.4 trillion. You would think that there would be safety in those numbers. And then you go and put it, our money. This money belongs to the people of Nairobi, to some entity that is doing less than even our total asset base as a county. If we were a bank, Governor, if we were a bank, what is the total asset base for our city? It's in the trillions of shillings, you know? So it doesn't make sense. It's an administrative decision, yes, but we would want to see that conversation. I really doubt that a bank that has a customer base or deposit base of trillions of shillings would not be able to extend those facilities.
Oh, they completely refused. Completely.
Okay. That's what we're saying.
They completely refused.
I think
we just need the evidence.
We'll show you.
That is all we are saying.
Yeah, Chair, I'm worried that a number of our questions have taken us off the questions on the list, to the extent that we have not reached 50%. I would suggest that we go through so that we don't reinvite on the very questions. If we have to finish in an hour, we allow the governor to go through what we asked him, then we cut our comments, then we finish, because we are at item 5 of CIDP, and we still have another more than, we are not 50%. So if we can allow him to go through all the remaining, then we can make comments.
I thought you have done almost everything.
We have, Chair. And in fact, that question arose out of a conversation we had here about the collections from the hospitals. So all we are saying is that we should see the evidence. I doubt anybody sitting on that side banks with Sidian. I'll be very shocked.
Chair, let's not personalize this question.
Chair,
I'm just saying.
You know, I don't know what the Senator has.
Can I just say?
It's not fair for the Senator of Nairobi to take over the committee.
Please.
Please allow us to go through our program the way.
Maybe
this is not about Elgeyo Marakwet. This is about Nairobi. When your governor is here, you will take over the committee.
We also live here. We also live in Nairobi.
She's not from
So you are not answerable to the
She's not from Elgeyo Marakwet.
Who do you answer?
We cannot
You don't answer to the people of
allow
Order,
the
please.
Senator of Nairobi to
Please.
divert us from our
I
agenda.
understand you.
So as a committee chair, can you guide us and we finish our agenda?
Chair, I don't think
not
anybody
fair.
in this committee should be a gatekeeper for anybody.
Correct.
We are here to
But
get the facts, and the facts will set us free.
I know for a fact Kamar doesn't bank with Sidian.
Order.
I know you don't bank with
I
Sidian.
don't.
You can't
But
put
what
public
I'm
money
saying
in
is,
places where you can't put your own private
why are we
money.
insisting on number 5? We still have questions that have not been answered.
No. Wait, hold on.
Allow us to finish.
Okay, order first. Switch off your mic first, Professor. Please, with all due respect. Well, Professor, please switch off your let's have some normalities.